Hello. Hello. Oh shit. Fashionably late. Ah, okay. All right. Mm, bro. Hi, Linda. All right. Let's see. How's everybody doing tonight? All right, guys. Sorry about that. I have a frog in here.
What happened?
Because you were coughing. It's like, what happened? All right, man. Today's going to be interesting. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I'm hella excited.
I can tell.
All right. Hello, guys. Hello, my darling. Hello, my love. Hi, Ryan. Hello, guys. Today we're going to talk about, if you guys have been watching, we're going to research how the pattern continues and how pretty much the files and the documentaries that have been out for a long time, and here we are just acting brand new, right? Because that's what we're doing. We're acting brand new. And I'm going to show you how, because I remember back in 2020 something, there was a documentary that came out that was very popular, especially after Epstein died, right? So nobody discovered Epstein in 2019, okay? Survivors reported it back in 1996, guys. Survivors reported this guy in 96 to the FBI. Okay, guys? Journalists had the story killed in the late 1990s, okay? And a documentary filmed it in 2015, and almost nobody saw it, guys. The internet didn't create a story for it. It just made it really harder to fully bury it, okay, guys? That's why we're all kind of new, and, well, most people are surprised about it, because most people are not going to go and look for these things, right? Unless it's something that you watch. Hey, Supreme Gay, today we're talking about the little files. So what happened? The streaming media didn't expose it. They repackaged it as entertainment so people could watch it, feel enraged, and then move on, right? People who really needed to be held accountable are still where they are, guys. The same people that you guys are being surprised about are the same people that were in the documentaries back in 2015. Or 2015 when they first came out. And way before that, too. And it's still powerful, guys. They were named in the documentaries, and that's not a conspiracy theory, guys. This is like, you can look these up on Hulu. That video of Trump dancing with Mr. Sir over here and scouting girls, that was in the documentary too. And I'm going to tell you guys how it's been like since forever before you guys started watching, okay? This documentary that I'm going to talk about, it came out back in 94, guys. Or Discovery Channel created a documentary called The Conspiracy of Silence back in 1994. And this documentary was commissioned by the Discovery Channel. It was fully produced and then pulled before it ever aired, okay? Copies that were ordered, they were destroyed. Any leaked VHS tape circulated. There was actually a VHS tape that circulated underground for years before the internet made it fightable. It investigates allegations of a child ST, let's put it like the trafficking network, and Nebraska, known as the Franklin cover-up, guys. With connections reaching out into powerful politician circles in Washington, D.C. And this is proof that suppression was systematic and deliberate, not accidental, guys. This has been in your faces all this time. And what it covers is that the Franklin savings and loan scandal in Nebraska that unveiled pretty much allegations of all this situation that's going on with the files, which it reached all the way to Washington, D.C. Political circles, and former state senator John DeCamp later published a book of the same name detailing the investigations, guys. And why was it killed? Well, because it was never officially explained. The documentary has since been uploaded to YouTube and other platforms, so watch it, guys, and you will understand immediately why it was never aired, okay? And the source is from John DeCamp, the Franklin cover-up book 1992, which is the documentary itself, findable on YouTube under Conspiracy of Silence 1994, guys. Deliver Us from Evil. Do you guys remember that movie? I remember that movie. That's the one where the old lady spits in that lady's mouth, right? Where the social worker. It was directed by Amy Berg. It was Oscar nominated. And it came out back in 2006. I was 16 years old back then. All right. It documented systematic situation within the Catholic Church, guys. Remember we were talking about religion just a couple this morning and yesterday? Well, it specifically covered trafficking of Father Oliver O'Grady, who was relocated by the church across multiple parishes after each complaint. Get it, guys? The church knew. What did I tell you guys? They had paperwork. They moved him instead. And director Amy Berg used church documents to prove institutional knowledge and deliberate cover-up, guys. And why it matters for all of this? Because it's the same director that later made An Open Secret in 2015 about Hollywood. One filmmaker, two industry, guys. Exact same structure. Authority, access, institution as shield, internal documents providing institutional knowledge, cover up, prosecute, or protected by wealth and social standing, guys. So, I don't know, but I remember being at work and saying, guys, why are we having this person all up in this power and shit? It was actually an Oscar nominated. It's widely available. You can watch the movie Deliver Us from Evil. I'm sure you guys have seen it. An Open Secret, which was in 2015 by the same director, was suppressed on release, guys. This documentary proves to you what I'm trying to say about streaming media, guys. Why do we have AI right now? Well, because it's easier to tell what's true or wrong, right? Well, let me tell you guys, none of those videos that you guys are watching are fake because they were all in 2015, 16, 2004, 1994. The film was finished in 2015 and it sat, guys, just like I'm sitting right now. It was barely even distributed and it was not picked up by any major streaming platform, guys. And the subject of the film was convicted and accused abusers in the entertainment industry, guys, had enough industry connections to make distribution difficult, of course, because it was talking about them, guys. And it only reached wide audiences after being made available for free online in 2017, guys. 2 years after its release, the story was there, the film was there, the distribution system made it sure that nobody saw it, and barely any people saw it. You guys have the whole world at your fingertips. Look it up, guys. Mark Collins, and this is kind of like what it covers. It covers Mark Collins Rector, ironically, co-owner of the Digital Entertainment Network, DEN, in the late 1990s, was convicted of CSA while parties in his Encino mansion, a magazine story by journalist John Connolly that was fact-checked and ready to publish, and then it was killed by editors at Detailed magazine. Young boys in the entertainment industry began to be groomed. They were abused by the same man with industry access and power, guys. And the quote that says it all, guys, the documentary itself, guys, noted all of these things that you guys are seeing in these files. In general, like, noted that the whole situation in general is such a taboo all around the subject that people are completely nervous. That's why I said I'm going to explain to you what Miracle Sun is right now. But I'll get to your guys' questions once I'm done. So just go ahead and ask away, guys. Um, the documentary itself, guys, it really noted how it's such a taboo around like the whole subject that people are nervous about it, that they don't say it out loud. And that part, guys, is the taboo that protects the mechanism, guys. It's also, if you guys want to watch it, it's available on Vimeo. The director is Amy Berg. John Connolly is the investigative journalist. Miracle Sun is a song by Anthony Green. It's my favorite song in the whole wide world. And it actually is kind of like a new beginning, right? And that's where we're at right now, guys. You ain't going to be the same person you were in 2025. No, it's a course on being yourself, and hopefully you're comfortable enough to say all the things that bother you and make you so angry at certain situations like it made me at one point. Right now, what I'm trying to show you guys is that the files that you guys are watching is nothing new. The religion itself is just to keep you as a follower, not a leader, and that we're all connected with God within ourselves. If we pray to God, we're praying to ourselves, and you guys have to stand up for what's right, because you guys know what's right. You feel it in your gut, but we choose to stay silent because it's so much easier to go with the crowd, right? And honestly, guys, it sucks because everybody is like so, oh my god, but this was like on Hulu in 2015, guys. Or 2020 actually, after he died. Mia Maxima Culpa, Silence in the House of God in 2012 was directed by Alex Gibney, who he later made that documentary that I told you guys where he interviewed victims by priests at the Milwaukee School for the Deaf. Isn't that horrible? And it documented the systematic cover up within the Catholic Church going back decades, guys, way before we were even born. Well, when what's his face started everything, I mean, because nobody with no fucking background. I want to see who he was talking, because homeboy was all the way up there and didn't have a fucking degree. Gibney is actually the most important one here because he's the one who has spent his career, guys, pulling the same thread through different institutions: Enron, the church, Scientology, Epstein, and he keeps finding the same structure every time. You can watch this documentary on HBO. It's Alex Gibney. It's a filmography, so you guys can check that out. And that came out in 2012. So don't be telling me that, oh, that's totally fake. We didn't even have AI in 2012, guys. Stop it. The Invisible War, which also came out in 2012 by Kirby Dick, documented the epidemic of RAPE and SA within the U.S. military. You guys remember Vanessa Guillen? It released 5 full year documentaries before the #MeToo movement. The military command structure was used to silence victims the same way the church authority and industry powers were used in other cases. Guys, once again, we see the same thing, right? What is the pattern? Institution authority, access, cover up, financial costs to speaking. And you guys can watch this. It's an Oscar-nominated documentary, guys, by Kirby Dick. He's the director. You guys can find that on any streaming channel or wherever. Just look it up. And right now we're in the Epstein doc era, right? In 2020, guys, the Filthy Rich documentary came out on Netflix. Don't tell me you guys didn't see that, because it's all aware. Like, literally, you go into the documentary area in your Netflix section and you're going to see that. It's a 4-part documentary, and that brought the story to mainstream audiences, guys. Back in 2020, all this shit was available to you guys. And it built around survivor testimony, including Virginia Giuffre. It names Enabler Network directly. It names the Enabler Network directly. It documents the 2008 Sweetheart Plea Deal. I'm sorry. Guthrie, my homegirl over here, who's very brave, she described being recruited from Trump's Mar-a-Lago in '99. Remember, I told you guys that those videos have been there forever. Don't tell me they're fake. Where she was actually working as a teenager, guys. Maxwell is detailed as the primary recruiter, the social axis that protected Epstein for decades, and is traced through specific named individuals, guys. And Alex Acosta, the prosecutor who signed the non-prosecution agreement in 2008, giving Epstein the plea deal that kept his co-conspirators unnamed and indicted, later became Trump's Secretary of Labor, guys. He resigned in 2019 when Epstein's story broke. Okay? I hope you guys are watching, because honestly, this is really important information, because if we're all in a fucking trance, I'm waking up from this shit, and I want to take you with me, baby birds. I'll take care of you. Maxwell, the filthy rich, which was actually... They took one on Maxwell and one on Epstein. The most recent one is in 22, guys, just 3 years ago. It's about 4 years ago. From the same filmmakers. And it traces Maxwell's background. Her father, Robert Maxwell, was a fraudster and a media tycoon who he died in under suspicious circumstances in '91. And her family background is what gave her the social axis, the class, the connections, and the psychological framework of it all. And it made her the perfect recruiter, right? Because she knew all the ropes. The documentary itself, it shows how inherited wealth and social standing functions as both opportunity and a shield, guys. Victoria's Secret, Angels and Demons, it came out on Hulu in 2022. The underreported one, guys. This documentary traces Epstein's financial relationship with Les Wexner, the billionaire owner of Victoria's Secrets, Bath & Body Works, and other brands. And Epstein essentially managed all of his wealth and had full access to his model recruitment pipeline. He even lived in Wexner's Manhattan mansion rental-free, guys. And the connection between the high fashion modeling and the beauty industry and trafficking pipeline and all this documentary here is very clear. It's like the most clear than any other documentary, guys. And that was in 22. So why are we acting brand new? If we knew since 22. Guys, come on. I remember talking about this and everybody thought I was crazy. Who's crazy now, guys? I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at the situation, but I told you guys, you could have done this a lot sooner. And in this episode, there's like an episode that shows how legitimate industries access becomes as a recruiting mechanism. What did I tell you guys about religions? Sometimes it could be a Bible group. Sometimes it could be you just going to church, if you're in a vulnerable state, if you are in a need of something, especially money is always going to be, don't ever chase money. Let's put it that way. That's a material thing that people are willing to unalive other people for. And it's not worth it. Because you can spend money. Exactly. Some people choose to be this way. Who killed Epstein? This documentary came out in 2020, guys. You're right, Quentin. And there's actually 3 parts. This documents the circumstances of Epstein's death in detail. It broke surveillance, the broken surveillance cameras, 2 guards, both asleep simultaneously. Why the fuck am I all... I haven't been like this since forever. Now I'm all slurring and shit. Thank you so much, guys. If you guys are just joining in, please follow, share. It's gonna get good. I promise. Especially if you guys are into the Epstein files. Well, it documents pretty much the broken cameras, the guards that were asleep, his cellmate removed hours earlier, the autopsy findings disputed by hired forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Baden, and the official cause of death was ruled suicide. And it documented irregularities that remain unsolved. unresolved and officially unexplained. There's also the most recent one, which just came out last year. Come on, guys, way before these damn fucking shit came out. Jeffrey Epstein, the unredacted story. And this is the most recent one. It was released after the congressional push for the file transparencies, and it uses newly released documents and survivor testimonies, which are important in this case because they're a companion to the actual files now being released, guys, that are redacted from the DOJ. All those redacted files are on the fucking documentaries, guys. And they'll tell you they'll even read them for you so you don't have to read. And the Dutroux affair, and this is what happened in plain sight, guys. The Dutroux case in Belgium is the single clearest historical example of an elite child case network being partially exposed and then partially suppressed in full public view, guys. Covered by international media with hundreds of thousands of people marching in the streets. And if you want to show any type of support, or if you guys want any type of proof, let's put it that way, this is the one that's going to be how it's like literally waved in front of us, but we're so stuck on picking sides that we don't see the fucking truth of what's being fought for. Okay? Marc Dutroux, or Dutroux, whatever his name is, was a Belgian convicted kidnapper. A little person kidnapper, right? And when police finally arrested him in 96 guys, 96, survivors began to talk, alleging that pretty much the wealthy and politically connected men were involved in all this nonsense, in this like broader network, right? And there was multiple witnesses with information that were unalive before they can testify. How strange is that? All of them at once? Multiple people at once? Well, damn. It wasn't COVID season back then, let me tell you. A Belgian judge who was investigating possible political connections was actually removed from the case. Who was being investigated was removed from the case. I'm sorry, he was a good guy. He was investigating the connections of political people. There was a bunch of like hundreds and thousands of Belgians, the largest civil protest march in the country's history, guys. They marched in protest not just against Dutroux, but against like the judicial and political cover-up that they believed was protecting this powerful people. The European outlets, they covered it extensively, and American mainstream covered it minimally. They barely even covered it, guys. That's why you guys are barely hearing about it. And the story was treated as a European crime story rather than an evidence of the systematic pattern that we're in right now. Authority, wealthy connections, victims from vulnerable places, right? Witnesses unalived, investigators removed, and this institutional protection. 1996, guys. It's the same structure as everything, guys. And I'm going to tell you guys how all of this connects, okay? I'm going to give you a quick timeline, guys, and then we'll talk. In the 1950s, the Catholic Church internal documents, they were internally documenting and relocating priests who had complaints about all this stuff. There's paperwork that's been proving institutional knowledge existed before any public exposure. In 1989, there was that Franklin cover-up book that was drafted. And it was published in 1992. In 1994 was the Conspiracy of Silence that was completed, the documentary from Discovery Channel that commissioned. It was commissioned and fully produced, and then it was never released, but there's leaked VHS tape circulating underground right now. In 1996, the Dutroux arrest in Belgium. Over 300,000 people marched in protest, and the U.S. media barely covered it, guys. I hope I'm not becoming a target, but It is what it is. If I do, you know what, guys? At least I'll go happy because you guys are a little bit more informed. Not even worried. I've already gone through it all. In 96, Epstein was reported to the FBI, guys. No mames. Survivor Maria Farmer files a complaint with the FBI about Epstein's little scheme going on, and there was no action taken. This is 23 years before the 2019 arrest, guys. 23 fucking years, guys. In our fucking face. In the 90s, Details magazine story was killed. John Connolly fully investigates and fact checks stories about Dan and Mark Collins' rector, and the editors killed it before it was published. In 2002, the Boston Globe Spotlight. The Catholic Church publishes the Catholic Church investigation, right? Win Pulitzer. It had like pretty much as internal documents providing internal knowledge since the 50s, guys. Deliverance from Evil came out in 2006 by Amy Berg. In 2006, guys, guess what also happened? Mr. Sir was also arrested in Florida. In 2006, he was charged with soliciting from a short little person, and he escaped serious consequences through local handling of the case. Because, I mean, who's going to provide, right? The sweetheart plea deal, guys. This was Alex Acosta signing a non-prosecution agreement against all this nonsense that was filed against him. He served 13 months. He served 13 months, but tell me how this works. He was allowed to leave jail for 6 days a week. None of the victims were notified. And the co-conspirators named it as an unnamed, the co-conspirators were not named. They were put as unnamed, pretty much in the whole report. Mea Maxima Culpa, this was, again, by Alex Gibney, which is a documentary that documents the abuse in the church at Milwaukee Deaf School. Same director, guys, same pattern, different institution. The Invisible War is the epidemic in the U.S. military before the Me Too movement. In 2015 was An Open Secret, which was the release of Amy Berg's documentary on Hollywood's whole situation. It barely distributed, guys. The same industry connections of like the same people that were doing the dirty work, or the same people that were avoiding or keeping its release, right? It's set for 2 years before it released. In 2017, it was accessible online, and this was after Weinstein's story broke loose, or everybody found out about it. There's a bunch of audiences who discovered it 2 years after it was made, actually, because of that, or because of that Me Too movement. In 2018, guys, there was Julie K. Brown in Miami Herald. It was an investigative reporter who published Perversions of Justice series, okay? This is the journalism that forces the 2019 arrest. The 2018 Julie K. Brown Perversions of Justice was what caused Epstein to be arrested, guys. Without that, he would have never been arrested. We wouldn't be in this situation right now. We'd still be thinking that it's all rainbows and butterflies if we're on the right side, right? No. On neither side. Neither side's for you guys. Neither side is with you. In 2019, he gets arrested, and then, oh my god, he unalived himself. 2 guards asleep, guys. The cellmate was removed hours before. It was ruled whatever nonsense. But it was disputed by forensic experts. You're gonna tell me that y'all believe that? No, I don't think so. In 2020, Jeffrey Epstein Filthy Rich came out on Netflix. I'm sure everybody has Netflix. And and named people that are still alive, and in many cases, guys, they're still in the same position. 2020, guys. 22, we have the HOPCC FBI raids, the House of Prayer of Christian Church. Remember, I talked to you guys about that one that targeted military families? It was raided by the FBI. This was in 22, 4 years ago. It's recent. People are still processing it, and it's still ongoing. There's still fucking a lot of investigation going on. And 24 through 25, supposedly, we get the files released, right? Or there's that congressional pressure that's forcing these people to release them. It was supposed to show files that show the flight records, photo subpoenas to Mar-a-Lago, FBI notes from survivor interviews, release in waves of pretty much everything. 25, the memo released where there is no client list, supposedly. I saw a big client list. And there was supposedly no evidence of blackmail my nalgas. Well, no, because they're over here trying to survive. Multiple analysts note the memo reads as written by defense counsel rather than neutral investigators. And how did this all connect? Well, it's always the same structure, guys. The institution is a shield. The church, the studio, your social circle, financial network, whatever you want to call it. The institution's reputation becomes more important to protect than the victims themselves, right? Authority is a silencer. God's word, the director, the billionaire, the commander office, authority figures who use their positions in order to make reporting feel like it's like dangerous or spiritually wrong, you know? That you have to go through them before anything, or else you won't get to Jesus Christ. Access to the vulnerable. Children on compounds, like the college students, teenagers from poor families, young people who are new in the military industry. Honestly, recruits are always people whose circumstances make them both accessible and easy to discredit. It's kind of hide in the bunch, guys. The financial cost of speaking, the NDAs, the settlements, threats of lawsuits, career destruction, the financial architecture around all these people that make speaking out loud economically devastating. It's like if you don't have the money, it's not even an option. Well, you know what, guys? Fuck the money. The money comes and goes. That's why you got to figure out and be self-sufficient. That's why you have to learn about yourself, so that if you ever find yourself in a situation where you can't or you don't have, you're able to. Social cost to leaving, what is that? Well, you get shunned, your loss of community, pretty much everything you grew up in, you lose. There's people that get banned. Social network, guys, is weaponizing, or it weaponized pretty much that all of the network itself, actually, it's used as a system to make you feel scared of leaving. It's used as a weapon to make you feel that if you leave, you're going to lose your whole life and you're not going to find out or figure it out after that. And what else happens? Journalism killed. Sorry about that again, TikTok. Like that story that I talked to you guys about that was suppressed. And that happens all the time. Repackaged as entertainment. When all the suppression is no longer possible, guys, the story becomes as a Netflix documentary, a true crime podcast, a binge series. Everyone processes it emotionally, demands accountability, and then they move on to the next thing, right? Because we all have a little ADHD. Well, no, guys, it's not going to go away. It's going to continue to happen. And those of you that are not mad, you're just not mad because it's not your daughter. But it could be. Shit, it could be you. It could be you right now, and you're so fucking brainwashed that you don't even know. The strategic redaction, guys, the files were released in waves, right? All of the key names of the people who are probably discussing or trying to avoid, because let me tell you, Pam Bondi's on there too. She was on there since she was a little girl. All the deadlines that were missed, it's available. All the information that's available, but then it's like unavailable, right? So I ask you, with all sincerity, did you guys ever feel curious about that? Or did you guys ever see that and just refuse to acknowledge it? And if we see this, like, isn't there a limit to where we both say, hey guys, like, okay, I get you, like, we were fighting, but this isn't what we came for? Because I feel like there should be. And yet we're so worried about what the neighbor's driving that as long as it's not happening to me, it's okay. We can be selfish, but still help your neighbor, or still help each other. And I know that's probably like, what am I even here? What does that have to do with the files, whatever? You know what, guys? Those people are, hey girl, hey, how are you feeling? How are you feeling today? Did you get better? Did you get some caldito de pollo? Y la colita de pollo. What is this? Ay, ay, ay. All right, guys, come on. Let me know what you guys think. Less nervous, my first day at corp. No way. What? Look at this. We got a boss bitch up in here. Corporate work. Congratulations. I am so proud of you. Bougie. We know who's going to get the drinks. That's great. Look, you just had a rest, so your body was like, I'm going to have to get you sick so you can, like, slow the fuck down, girl, because you're going to be busy this whole year. I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better. How's everybody doing this Monday? Fun day. Today's Monday. I thought it was Sunday. 9 to 5. Look at that. Monday through Friday, please tell me. Holidays paid vacations and everything. Hi, papi. Nice. Look at you. That's a dream. That's so cool. I'm proud of you. I hope it's something that you love doing, right? I used to be like that weird person. Imagine getting take your car for service, and then your advisor's running out. It's techie, so I like it, but I've never. Oh, of course. It's like what you're interested in, but it's like who likes to wake up early, right? Like, we were meant to be born rich, but then we had to be gorgeous. We couldn't be both, guys. You can't have it all. You know what? There's days that, well, I'm not working right now, but there's days that I have to check, like, I know the day of the week, but I don't know the dates. And there's days that I don't even know what month I'm in. This week, I've been living like a day behind. So I know the date of the month because it's the 23rd, but I wasn't sure if it was Sunday or Monday because I think like it was a little quiet here. Kind of, I keep a schedule going. I wake up like at 4 in the morning, 4:30. 5 o'clock is late for me. That means like I'm done. Like, I can't do anything because it's already been too late in the morning. Gotta have my little wake and bake with some little coffee on the side, do my little journaling after I shower, watch my little docs about my little psychos, and plan my day. Oh no, I could never. My back hurts at 10 a.m. My back hurts. And then after I do what I have to do in the morning by like 11, I have to make sure I go outside so that I can get some sun. And then I'll go on a little drive. We'll go on a little drive. You know, she is slaying. She made some bomb ass dinner tonight. She made some broccoli with some beef and some rice. And you know what? I was like, man, wife, this is nice. Because I love me some Chinese food. Look at these. Chinese, look at these. It's bomb, you know? My car's in the mechanic. Dude, you have a skateboard. It was fucking hot today, man. Like, yesterday was cold. Yesterday I was wearing a jacket. Today, I didn't know if I should wear some fucking shorts. Please don't live in Arizona, guys. It's not fun here. Go back to California. Don't come to Yuma. It's not fun. Today it was, let me see. The highest was 86 and the lowest, supposedly it's 78 right now, but that's bullshit because it's fucking hot outside. What happened to your car, Quinn? I wish that's nice weather. And I know, you know what? It's crazy because we get snowbirds here. They usually come from Virginia, Oregon, Ohio, Washington. Only military from New York. New York. Couple Tennessees, not a lot. But Montana, a lot of Montana, Colorado. Oh, okay, cool. Am I stressing about not having income? You know what? I am. But at the same time, I'm not because I get to see you guys. And this is what I wanted to do. So, oh no, it's, he's saying it's loud as fuck because of his muffler, not because it was. I am worried about income actually. But you know what? If I was so worried about it, I wouldn't be able to like think or do anything. Voy desvelado. A descansar. Porque despierto y no me pongo a llorar. No seguiré. Hey, not gonna lie, Toyota has their own CVT transmissions, and it's probably the best one you can find in the US. Ford's is tu querer. En sus brazos quiero dormir. Lo escucho cada día en la radio. Ay, güey. Voy desvelado. Yeah. I may look a little. I may not look too. Hey guys! Hi guys! My name's Rocio. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I remember when I was younger, my sister used to sit in like the little, you know, the girls had this whole like, oh, I want one of those little fucking, what are they called? Vanities. That's what the fuck it is. And she would sit there and she'd be like, hi, my name's Rosie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And I would always make fun of her. Craziness. I was watching a video about, do you guys like Doja Cat? Because Q and I were talking about Doja Cat, and you know what? She's like real as fuck. She don't give a fuck. Yeah, me too. I used to do little cover videos. Making my way downtown, walking fast. Hell yeah. What did you talk about, Supreme? It was just me and my sister running around the yard yelling. Were you Fred? Were you Fred? Do you guys remember Fred? Hell yeah. Some Doja Gato. I was telling my wife that I want another dog. I want a female dog so I can call her Cardi B because she's going to be my Cardi bitch. That was a dad joke. I'm sorry. Right? Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember that? Please leave Britney alone. Please. Do you guys remember that? So yeah, guys, isn't that sad? Like, why do we do that to ourselves? Like, evil has to exist, but the guy on TikTok but that guy is on TikTok and does lives. Oh, is he bald? I feel like he's a little bit bald because he had a lot of hair, and everybody envied his hair. I feel like Never Shout Never also doesn't have hair. I'm in trouble. I'm an addict. I'm addicted. Do you guys remember that? I know you remember that, Mr. Supreme Gay. PewDiePie. No, I don't. It sounds familiar, but I don't. I wasn't that cool. I was an emo kid. Non-conforming, nasty B. You be unconforming too if you look just like me. I painted my nails to make them almost evil enough to start shaving my legs. Because the boys look like, what is it, something, and the chicks look like dykes. Haha, he wasn't wrong. That's crazy, guys. I'm gonna have to look this up. You know what? Q is probably gonna know who that is. PewDie. A ver. Oh, I wasn't into like the guys that made pranks and whatnot. Like, turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Even when I'm running, I got that problem, something screaming in me. You could have had a gun. I'll commit him. Look at what you got, bitch. Not me, because I don't have a job. I thought you were talking about Sir Mask, because he does. He does too. Damn, you guys are like best friends forever now. I love it. Huh, bro. Okay, guys. I want to know about more videos, please. You know what, guys? You chit chat. I'm used to it. People don't look at me when I talk either way, so it's fine. You go for it, boo boo. I love this. You guys be friends. I'm good. We usually talk about people that we talk, not bad, but like we discuss about, because Sir Mask was here on Saturday. Shane Dawson. What? Don't tell me you guys used to watch, like, what was it? The Selena Gomez. Hey guys, do you guys believe that Selena Gomez is that one chick? Because I remember, like, when that. That's weird, because when that, something in the building, whatever, the hotel, whatever show she had on, I remember that lady from, like, Good Kiss Midnight, A Kiss Goodnight or some shit like that. Ray William, I remember that guy. Wasn't he that guy that they make fun of? He's like, "Hey guys, this is so and so from Corey's world." When is the wind? So I was letting you guys discuss. You guys are good. No, I'm not gonna stop watching Ray Williams. Nah, I'm kidding. Oh, I gotta go. I need to pick up my man. Oof. Your man, my baby, my baby, my baby, my man, my man, my man. All right. Well, you be safe. Get some rest because tomorrow you got Taco Tuesday. And you gotta be slaying tomorrow and be a boss bitch, okay? Drive safe. Make sure you cover up your neck and your chest. Let me check that out. Thank you for stopping by, Supreme. Honestly, I love you. When I find you, I know where you live already, so yeah. I'm kidding, I don't know. Good night, sir. Be safe. Is this that one kid? Oh, wow. This kid looks a little... He's bisexual. That's the first thing that came up, I swear. He got canceled 2 weeks ago? I'm intrigued. What? It looks... I don't like the girls that do drugs. Damn, I kind of left a little bit. Oh my god, it's fucking hot here. Jesus Christ! But you know what, guys? Bottom line is that everything that we follow, everything that we were told to believe in, everything that we... all the whole situation going on right now. Just in general, guys, like, is this something that you want for your children, or is this something that you want others, like, to leave behind? Like, maybe it's not in your house right now, or maybe if you're lucky and it didn't happen in your family, then fuck yeah, more power to you. But there's a lot of people that get the shitty end of the stick and have to be the ones that bring awareness, like me, like other people who are going through it right now, that get to experience situations like that. And it would be so cool if there would have been somebody that could have spoken up. Like, honestly, I don't give up. If I'm in a situation where something is wrong and I can speak up, I don't care, honestly. All the stuff that I talked about, most people, well, I mean, it's already out, so what? All I'm trying to say, guys, is that we need to be more aware of our surroundings and stop believing. Obviously, if you watch news, that you need to expand your critical thinking, because if you're watching news, check your sources, guys. If you're watching news from a certain news channel all the time, maybe you should check some other news sources just to verify. Not because you guys, it doesn't matter whether or not they're saying good or bad about them. Well, no, you know what? Yeah, it should matter, because you should believe the news sources, and this they'll teach it to you in critical thinking. Stop like judging people for their past, because we all have a past. And And if you think that that person cannot grow or cannot be different, you have to give them the benefit of the doubt. But if that person fooled you again, there's no third time. Now, if there's a bunch of shit that continues to come out and continues to come out and it's constantly being talked about and it's the same damn person, do you really think they're going to be that many people that just want to talk about the same shit? I don't think that as a survivor, let alone being a survivor, the fact of the person who it is, like, and all for what? For our taxes to. I told you guys, it's illogical if you guys think that other countries are going to pay the tariffs. They're not. I told you guys before this. I told you guys. I maybe not told you guys, but I told the people around me. But I was stupid, right? Well, who's stupid now, bitch? No, I'm kidding. But really, guys, you can't want a better world if you don't start at home. If you don't name the things that you see wrong at home. Children are not supposed to be able to answer your questions of, well, you were like this, or why are you doing this? Because you know what, guys? They're your kids. They're your exact same reflection. Everybody that you encounter is for a reason, because you know what? They're going to teach you something about you. It's not about how they hurt you. It's about what experience or what knowledge you get to leave with. Not everybody is meant to stay in your life. And the ones that are, well, you'll know. You'll know because they'll still be in your life, even at your worst, even when you don't call. Take yourself a day of not talking to, let's just do 3 days. Number 3. 3 days. If after 3 days somebody does not reach out to you, somebody that you normally talk to 24/7, then maybe that person does not fit in your circle, guys. It's going to be lonely at first, I understand. But the outcome is so much greater. Especially when you have the urge to want to help other people, to guide other people into the same path. We all have our own paths. Everybody has their own life. Everybody has their own mistakes. Everybody can experience the blueprint of something. Let's just say we call it divorce. Everybody can be children of divorce, right? But the outcomes are always going to be different. So you cannot categorize children of divorce into one area because the parents are different. And those parents also have their traumas. And we're just a whole bunch of trauma in this world, man. But the whole point of this is to figure it out, make peace with it within yourself. Who gives a fuck about what the neighbor thought? Who gives a fuck about what that one chick in school said or that one girl at work? Those bitches are just hating because they ain't you. You gotta tell them Cardi B, you're gonna live long because bitches are always talking about you, man. Come on, guys. Hoes always talking about me, know I'm gonna live long? Or how does it go? Man, I feel like I'm tired. You gotta tell them, man. And if they're obsessed with you, then low key, maybe hoes are just obsessed with you. Maybe they just want to be you. Right? Be like, I think high key hoes be in love with me. Right? And there's going to be days that are going to be a little too much. There's going to be days that are going to feel too easy. And there's going to be days that you're going to feel like, you know what? I didn't get, today is going too slow. I'm not moving because you started to find momentum and good things started happening. And then you get a little too cocky. No, always be aware of whenever things start working out for you after you build that confidence. the easiest way to lose it is to lose yourself in it again. To lose yourself in all the good things that come with it, because it can get to your head. There's compliments that I'm not saying that it's happening to me, but lately I've been getting compliments about certain situations or just conversations, and honestly, like I said yesterday, maybe in all honesty, for me, words don't do justice in how it makes me feel. Because I just want you guys to be okay. I just want to be there for you guys in ways that I didn't have a person be present for me. And since we all have different experience, we all have a different pain tolerance, okay? Maybe you see it as in, no, I'm going to be upset and do this. Then maybe you'll find that works for you. In my case, I feel like we need to forgive ourselves because we won't truly be able to love unless we do. Because you're the only person you have, man. Think about it. You only have one life. And your kids only have one parent, and that's you. So either you build strong connections, you protect your kids in ways that encourages them, that builds some sort of hope that there's good people out there because they see how happy you are. They see your confidence. They see that you're unstoppable pretty much, no matter how life has treated you. I love seeing that in my mom. As much as my mom made me feel like females were weak, when I saw her get up, man, did she get up. There was nothing that was stopping her. Had she had help, maybe she would have been around a little bit more. But I'm not mad because she wasn't there, because I know she had to be away. We didn't have a dad to fucking provide, so of course she had to be the one that provided. But maybe there was things that I was not understanding then, and I behaved with the rage that I had already built up from a little kid, from the whole separation and everything. And I took the absence personal. But now that I'm mature, now that I've grown, I can understand that, of course, she couldn't be in two places at the same time. She had to provide for us too. We're so quick to judge other people before we judge ourselves, right? I think that, yes, you have to have your downfalls. Nobody's gonna have perfect life, guys. You can't be gorgeous and rich at the same time. You gotta have only one, guys. Can't be stingy. Can't be greedy and pick it all. Anyway, can't be stingy and pick it all, guys. Doesn't work that way. So, be happy. And when you're happy, when you find that happiness in your heart, share it with others. Let it be contagious, just how yawns are. If I were to yawn, make you yawn. Did it make you yawn? Smile. Smile more. I went to the store today and people were staring at me and I was like, hello. Oh, I went to the store today and then there was this lady. Before I go, I'm going to tell you guys. So you know how at Walmart there's like the little area where you go get your cosmetics or whatever, right? Well, this lady was walking, like, mind you, I was like walking past the little thingy with my little boop, boop, boop. And then this lady she was walking with a purpose. She's like, of course there's nobody here on the counter. As soon as she went there, and then I said, well, she's probably out there fixing some stuff. But I'm sure if you sit there for a minute, if you just wait a couple seconds, ma'am, she'll be right here. And then she just looked at me and it kind of like started to smile embarrassingly. And I was like, bitch, you just fucking got there. Like, do you have to poop? No, you're just trying to get some fucking shit from over there. She was helping somebody else. Mine, like, fuck. Have some patience. You know, I'm the most impatient person. And one of the lessons that I've had is that you cannot rush things. You have to have patience. Patience and consistency is the key to everything. Patience to sit and listen, to digest your whatever it is that's being delivered to you, to process those things. You don't have to answer right away, but communicate and say, you know what? I don't have an answer for this, or I don't want to say something that I'm not going to mean. It's going to make you fucking gain 10 more points. I used to overthink, but after I had Bell's palsy, I learned to, yes, because I mean, let me ask you. I don't have a steady income right now. Is it going to do me any better to be frustrated about it? No. Because I'm still doing something. I'm still trying to, find a job or whatever. But I also get the opportunity to see you guys. And that's my favorite part of my day. It may sound stupid, but I don't know. To me, this is way more important. Not because I'm trying to, I'm going to be TikTok famous. No. I think that idea was one of the reasons why it took so long. Only 10s in my pocket. Exactly. Girl, I've had a whole ass check come in and stayed with like $5 by the end of the day. It just came and laughed in my face and left by the end of the day. But you know what? Yes, God always provides for one reason or another. Thank God we've been able to make it through. And we've been making it through. And we're going to make it through. Because I'm not doing anything to hate on anyone. I am not hating on anybody else because they have income. Al contrario, like, I am genuinely happy for you guys. Because you guys, especially if you're doing something that you love, and if you're not, think about it. Is this the place you want to stay at? What is it that you truly love? And what is holding you back? And if it's only $10 in your pocket, it's like I'm broke, but bills paid and food. Exactly. As long as you're happy, as long as you still get to enjoy some of that, by all means. And if that place is not a place where you're happy and you feel like you can whatever, then go for it. Because you're doing it for yourself. And just like you're attracting that, or you're walking further towards that dream, you're making it more and more true. Everything else is just going to come to you because they're like, hey, I want to hang out with this person. It's weird how that happens. But just pick one thing. It's crazy because even as, like, let's say, I don't know, I don't have a lot of hobbies. When I decided to do this, I said, you know what, I'm going to do this at a certain time and I'm going to push myself to it. And then I did it and it became a drag. And then I was like, oh, I want to do it because it's so exciting. Because honestly, your haters are your biggest fuel. That's like, your haters are the reason why you're making it through. Because they're hating so hard that they're fueling you 1,000 times. It's funny because anytime that I jump on here, like, there's usually a hater or two. And I thrive. Like, I legit want somebody to hate on me sometimes because it's like, that allows me to test myself and my limits and how I react to things. I understand sometimes I come off a little too strong. It's not that I'm too strong or too standoffish. It's just that I'm confident in what I'm saying. And when I'm joking, you'll know. But when I'm being serious, you'll know as well. And I guess that's why my boss said that I didn't need to spank my kids. That with my words, it was more than enough. But I'm like the angry person that is angry but cares. But I'm not angry, guys. I'm just not stupid. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness. You can be kind, but you can also have your limits and say, go fuck yourself. Because people tend to do that when they see that you're talking about positive things or anything like that. They want to come and rain on your piss on your fucking parade, right? And it's like, bitch, who fucking pissed on your cereal bowls? Like, go get your dick sucked or something. I don't know. And I talk very whatever pops to mind, guys. So don't judge. Yep, that's how I see it. I used to be angry when people used to come at me and started to talk to me all like, "Did you want to leave, Pickles? Get out of here." I used to be upset when people came up to me and they'd be like, "I want this and this and this," demanding. I'd be like, "No, you don't." "Well, you're not going to get it, sir, because you just yelled at me." And now it's like, I just look at them and I smile. I'm like, "Yeah, I got you, boo-boo." And it trips people out. Many times in service, like after I was like done, I was just like smiling because I was like, fuck this. I'm here to make my money. I would just smile, and it was crazy because like they would call me back and apologize because that interaction is so unexpected, or you being kind when they're being rude is so unexpected. Like they're already ready for a response from you when they come up at you like that. But when you respond with kindness, it throws them back and it makes them feel like shit. So when they leave, they think about how stupid they sounded and how stupid they looked. Yeah. You know what's the best way to do? You know what's the best thing you can do is to laugh with them. From me, when they see, yeah, you just be like, because I'm older than you and I get to do what I want. I get to eat ice cream for dinner, bruh. It's like, because when I signed up for this, I knew I was gonna have you. So I've already mentally prepared for your nonsense. Or you can just be like, look, if you're having problems at home, we can talk about it. And they'll never, ooh, girl, they'll never, I don't know if you can do that or not, but if you were to tell them, like, is there somebody you need to talk to? And it's gonna like really, La Karina de Yanira, mamarre, 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 como lo mueve esa muchachota. Sorry, that was my aunt. I had to. Ay, Karina. Have I gotten threats? Or like Mari was. About what? I don't make threats. I make promises. So I expect that threat is a promise. Honestly, no. And if I did, I would feel like, okay, then that means I'm doing something good. Or maybe that was my purpose. Maybe my purpose is to speak my truth and for me to threaten me and for me to just be gone. And some of us are meant to not be here so that we're finally heard, unfortunately. Yeah, it's mainly what it is, that they lack attention at home or that they have too much freedom. Yeah. You know, it's crazy that the ADHD kids crave structure. They want you to discipline them because they feel seen. Guys, if this is your first time here, I'm going to speak my truth no matter what. It's always been there, guys. The crucifixion of Jesus was the visual interpretation of how we come to, pretty much what religion tells you, that you need to come to God with all your sins. Well, God gave us his son so that we could see how he was corrupted by this world. He carried his sins, which was his cross. He came before God, which is when he died at the cross, and he let that old version of himself die. The resurrection is a visual interpretation of how we are reborn into a new version of ourselves. And Mary Magdalene is pretty much the connection between us and God through spirituality. It's all together. But because there has to be a middleman, so that you are always searching externally and never within, which is where you should be searching, you never reach your true potential. Jesus was here to teach us of our powers, to show us how to turn water into wine, not to show off his powers. When I decided to say these things, honestly, I expected people. Yeah, I expected people to throw shade, but I really do love. No, yeah, and that's good because you're able to identify it. Um, and honestly, anybody that works with kids, they definitely need to love their job because let's be honest, like educators are pretty much raising most of our kids because some parents are not doing that, and you guys are getting it in public schools for free pretty much, and then there's all this income that's taken away from schools, and then you complain because you have this whole list. Well, you know what, it's not their responsibility, to buy your kids your responsibility. Yes, they should in every sense, but unfortunately the system that we're in wants you to know only certain level of truth. Do I love Jesus? Yeah, I love Jesus. Yeah. Everybody has their own personal relationship with God. They don't need to go to church. They don't need to have a religion. I don't go to church. I haven't gone to church in a long time, but me and Jesus are cool. And I know that I'm heavenly protected because there's been many things that have happened to me this year alone, and here I am talking to you guys about how you need to come undone to Jesus with yourself and stop trying to look for external validation and validate yourself, because that's what God wanted for you, because you're part of God, right? If you believe in God and you're praying to God every single day, you're praying to yourself. So why would we have this intermediate person to translate when you and God have conversations every single day? You don't need a priest, you don't need a church, you don't need anything. You just need to sit with yourself in silence and talk to God. That little voice in your head, the one that actually gets you to get up and move, that's God telling you to move. Your consciousness is God, and you need to be connected to that. Because once you're connected to that, think about it, guys. Consciousness cannot be controlled. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. And if you're conscious about everything, if you're conscious of your actions, conscious of right or wrong, and you have morals, and it's not about what people believe morals are. No, there's always a line. And you guys always know that there's a line. And if you follow God, you know a God. Maybe if we were underpaid politicians. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, why do they do that to public schools? Well, because they want to keep you as followers and never as leaders. They want to teach you so much as they want to teach you as much as they want you to know. So you just follow the flow. Don't ask questions. Not me, kids. I'm going to ask questions. Because if the math ain't math, then I got to understand it because I'm already not good at math. I suck at math. Got to use my fingers. So don't be here confusing me when I'm over here trying to, but wait, we already saw this. Why are we acting brand new, guys? I'm going to I always say that I'm going to post something and then I don't. But guys, I have ADHD and sometimes it's a little draining. Sometimes I just get too excited and the next thing you know, I'm playing Family Island and it's been an hour. And then I got to do this. But I am going to share with you guys kind of like a little summary as well as based on the topic that I touched yesterday about religion and how sometimes once your whole way of life is controlled, that's not religion anymore, guys. No person speaks in the name of God but yourself. Your conversation with God is between you and him, guys. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That's like if somebody comes and tells you, hey, you can't see your dad, but it's like a complete stranger. They just come into your house and then they tell you, you and your dad are not talking. That's fucking weird, right? Why would you let it happen then? Stop being a follower, guys. There's so many kids out there that need you. There's so many people out there that are going through the same things, which is why you have it harder than everybody else, because you're smarter than that. And you already know that. You're smarter than that. You're smarter. Not only are you smarter than that, but guys, you're questioning it. That alone should be more than enough. Okay? If you're questioning it, then maybe that's a little something that you left yourself as a reminder to say, hey, this is when we're going to wake up and when we're going to say, run, bitch. We learned our lesson here. When you start to question things, that means that you're done. The upload is ready. Let's move on to the next chapter. Why? Because we all have a purpose, right? If we all have a purpose, it'd be silly for us to wait for the coming of Jesus when you're already here. Right? Let's just start facing it. Let's start having the damn fucking uncomfortable truths. You see that? People don't want me to say the shit. There was a video I saw about the beauty of paradox, right? It says, but I don't trust anyone. And it's like, okay, but you're trusting that feeling that you can't trust anyone. So can you really trust no one? Because you're already doing it by not trusting yourself, or not trusting the fact that you can't trust anyone. By trusting the fact that you can't trust anyone. Right? So why do you keep choosing to not trust anyone? Or why do you keep choosing to stay where you are? Paradox. I love it. I love you guys, and I just want to see you guys shine. I want to see you guys be happy. And you know what? We can't have goodness, or we can't have good without evil, guys. So all the evil is just different people in different timelines that need to learn a lesson. Some of them are going to learn. Some of them are going to stay. Some of them need another lifetime to learn. And some of us were sent to just take one for the team, you know? I love you guys. I want you guys to be safe. That's why I tell you guys all these things. So that you don't go out there looking for them. I don't give a fuck. God sent me to piss the world off, guys. If you want me to say it, I'll say it. I'll go to your house and I'll tell your tia. Señora, ¿por qué? Ooh, that'd be fun, huh? You can hire me to go tell your tia to stop her nonsense. Because I'll go tell the tia, I don't care. I'll tell her all the truth. I'll make her rethink about her life, and then she'll give me a hug at the end too. I'm kidding. I would never force any belief on you guys. I'm just giving you guys information so that you guys can make a moral decision on what you believe in. And so that you are not blindly following things just because they're beneficial to your pockets. Because that is the main reason why we're in this situation that we're in. Okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll try to be on at 9:30. If not, definitely 10. Because then I get excited when I'm journaling, and then I get on my little game. But if you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you guys need to talk, need to vent, I don't know. I can't say that I'll answer right away, but I can definitely tell you that I'm going to answer. And yeah, I love you guys. Be safe. Please don't talk to strangers. Please. See you later, Mask. I gotta ask, hey, while you're here, what time do you work on Thursday? What time do you work on Thursday? Is that Amanda? It's just Amanda. Quentin, did you leave? Are you gonna be free on Thursday by like 7? Okay, we'll be free on Thursday by 7. I don't know if you will, if you won't, but make it happen. Yes, you are gonna be free. But anyways, guys, more like 8 more. That's a cool time either way. We don't go to school on Friday, so that's fine. I'm kidding. That was like the thing back then, right? We don't go to school, guys, so we can sleep. We can stay up on Friday night, but it'll be Thursday. All right, guys, have a great night. Make sure you guys eat your cereal, drink your vitamin D's, drink a vitamin D as in the pill. Don't be a cochina. Wash your ass, and make sure you guys eat some veggies. Broccoli's really good. Cauliflower makes you fart. Oh yeah, and remember, guys, that pain in your stomach, it's not a fart, guys. That's your intuition telling you to run, guys. Please listen to it. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a good night, and thank you for watching. Please, I love you.